What's up, guys? Back in music here with the Fosters, Season 2, Episode 8, Girls Reunited. Okay, so this episode starts off with Mariana pleading for Steph to let her host a dinner for Matt and with Haley, Matt and Jesus and Mariana, and Emma and Steph's like, no, but she's like, then we'll give you leftovers, and she's like, and she's like, does Matt know about the dinner? Because Mariana and Matt are total. So yeah, cause she's like, how do you know that he and Matt aren't idol? And he's like, Matt told him. So yeah, Mattiana is totally a thing. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so he's like with so yeah, so he's like with, so yeah, so yeah, so he's like with Lena and Jude at a camping trip. She has to, so yeah, so yeah, so yeah. So then we go, then yeah, Steph has nothing to do. So yeah, so yeah, so then we see, so then we see his, so then we see so then we see Girls United again. We see Becca talking about how she's finally ready to go back home, and we've seen Callie there because of course Callie's there, but what person isn't there? Daphne, which kind of makes sense because Daphne is is at Juvie's, is at Girls United, so she's not there. But we made this new character named Devani, who named Devani, who's 16. She's been living living on her own the most of her life because her mom's a crackhead, and yeah, so yeah, and Cole, yeah, and sorry, wait. And Ray's like, hey, they got an LGBT home, and look who and she called the LGBT yeah, LGBT home, and they got a bed for Cole, but Cole isn't kind of happy about it. It's kind of like, why? So yeah, so yeah, so so yeah, so then we see Becca's like, hey, okay, you can sleep with her. Callie's like, no, Cole is her roommate, but she get she caught she gets caught. Cole gets caught kissing with Devani, Callie scene, and maybe that's why he doesn't want to go to the LGBT home group home how because he's in love with Devani and he's like, hey, Callie, will you sleep with Becca? So yeah, so then so yeah, so so yeah, so then so then we see it's a dinner time. We see Steph Steph gets um Steph gets Steph gets a letter from Anna saying she wants the twins to make amends, and gets a letter from the twins to make amends. And and when she talked with Lee, she says that, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you do?" And she's like, she called Mike, and she says, "Anna's never allowed to Marina Jesus ever again." And Leah says, "Good. Okay, we did. Even though you're gone, you're still." So yeah. So it's about she and Jude are having fun at the camping trip, and yeah. So yeah, so then we get so, so you know so so yeah, so then we get the dinner party, and I'll cut between Callie and the Girls United and the dinner party, and yeah, so caught we get to see the dinner party, and basically this is a bunch of call Mariana call yeah so in one episode Mariana told her dance team that she did not know anything about her birth mom. So when he just mentions it, she's like, I can't believe Haley Hines is like, I can't believe you lied to me. And she's like you lied about your parents getting divorced, and she's like, they are getting divorced. Like you known about it for months. And she was like, she was, and she was like, you were just, she was like, you were just upset that Jesus makes this team dinner. And she was like, you, you just found out so Jesus makes this team dinner. And she was like, I was upset, and Mariana was like, that Emma was going to be there. And she's like, is that what you think? And she walks out. Jesus is like, good going. Like, Jesus, Mariana was right here. And then we get a little scene between Matt and Mariana where Matt reveals that his father walked out when he was sick, and he doesn't, tell people that he and Mariana kiss. So Jesus confront, so Jesus is like, so Jesus talks to Haley Hines. Sorry, I'm calling her Haley Hines because I have a friend named Haley who probably watches this video. Haley Smith probably watches this video. Or not, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so Haley Hines is, like, she doesn't go, yeah, so she's like, that's what she likes about Jesus, that Jesus keeps her safe. And she's like, and then she's like, can you be with him? And he's like, yeah, I gotta study. And here's what she does. And then she's like, yeah, I ruined dinner, but why wouldn't you blame her? And he's like, forget that, I'll hang out with you. Manipulating him again, Haley Hines. That feels like your card here. You like manipulating him. First with the whole Emma team dinner thing, and now you're manipulating him to study. Not to study when he said he had a bunch of studying to do. Good job, Haley Hines. Haley Hines is a manipulative girlfriend to Jesus. And that's what basically Steph said. Steph says that Jesus says that sorry, I can't clap. I was trying to clap there, but he just says that I can't clap. Good job, Haley Hines. You're a manipulative girlfriend. But back to the scene. I won't do that. But anyway, back to the scene. Jesus comes in and Mario's like, he's like, Haley's parents just forced. He wanted to take care of her, and he wanted to take care of her, and that's why he didn't go to team dinner. And she's like, from her observation, he's being manipulated. And he basically like, keep your observations. You keep your observations to yourself. And she's like, excuse me. And he's like, I know you like them. You like them, but he likes Haley. You don't have to like Haley because you're not dating her. Haley Hines is turning him into a jerk face. So anyway, back to the group home. It's one night. Steve, their landlord, comes in and says, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah. I'm gonna evict you because he sees her girls working on his property and blah 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 and evict Rita and blah blah blah. Who cares what this guy says? I don't think blah blah blah." Yeah, so they're trying to get the neighbors. They know that Steve wants to evict them, so they're trying to get the neighbors. Hence, community day. So yeah, so Callie talks with Kiara and Kiara's like Daphne told her that Daphne told her that that Kiara's foster family fell through, and yeah, so they get into a fight about how, and she was like, what about the Quinns, their family? And she's like, if the, yeah, even if they wanted me to live with them, she wouldn't. And she's like, why not? because she's like, she barely knows them, and Kiara's like, you barely knew the foster 6 months ago, and they're not even blood, and she's like, you even got your brother to get adopted without you, Callie, because I made him. Yeah, and she's like, I know that your foster family doesn't work out, but you don't have to be a jerk. So, yeah. And she's like, why are you even here then, Callie? You didn't come back for the bad food and the lumpy beds. So, yeah. So at community day, one of these neighbors confronts Callie, saying, "Hey, Steve told us one of the girls could be in gangs. Yeah, don't listen to Steve, guy. He's just trying to get all the neighbors against him. Yeah, and then they hear, and then Becca gets news from her mom that she's met a new guy. Bad for Becca, cause yeah. So then there's and we learn it's actually fireworks that were made to sound like gunshots to scare them off. So yeah. So while they're at group, Devani is basically saying, yeah, basically saying bad stuff about Callie, about how Callie hasn't had any bad stuff. She's a success story or no success story. I don't know. She's never been through bad stuff, and and, and yeah, and basically made Kiara mad. Where Kiara, yeah, don't diss Callie, Devani. We just met you, so you don't get to boss Callie around here. You know, not even on my video. When I'm talking about this character, no one gets to boss Callie in my show. Even in their review, even talking about this, no one gets to boss Callie around. So yeah. So Devani, so cool. So Devani thinks that Callie stole her drugs, and Callie reveals about her and Wyatt are taking a break, and yeah, and Kiara basically says, Kiara basically says, your problem isn't like your problem. She's thinking about how she wanted to together, but she's having panic attacks, and she's like, you're not find your answers here with a bunch of convicts or with a bunch of juvie people, are you? So then Devani busts in, saying that Callie took her stuff, and then Callie's like, I didn't do it, and she's like, this ain't over. So yeah. So basically, Cole attempts to leave with Devani, saying that they're in love and all this stuff, but once Callie's able to convince Cole to not go because he has a place in Lemon Grove, Devani's like, hey, I was just using you, bro. We weren't actually in love. Do you think we're actually in love, bro? She actually has a boyfriend in Bakerfield that she was just using Cole to get to, so yeah. And she says that Cole's not actually a boy. So it makes Cole sad, which no one likes Cole sad. Not even me. I like Cole in this show. So yeah, so Callie's it. So after talking to Cole, listening up his spirits, Becca goes down to say she has to pee, but then we see her smoke a joint, and then fire just comes, smoke, and we hear that Callie tells Rita that Devani ran away, so Rita finds where Rebecca is, sees that she passed out. Callie goes to save her, which was kind of dumb on Callie's part, but yeah. So they both save her. Rita gives Callie this speech about heroes end up dead or something. And fortunately for all the people who don't have group homes, they have to go back to juvie. The Girls United girls have to go back to juvie. Because and it's for them, because, yeah. So, and then at the end of the episode, Mario, actually, no, not that. At the end of the episode, Steph goes up to run to Callie, and basically, yeah. I thought that was really good. Haley Hines still manipulating Jesus, but what's new? What's new? 2 times already. This episode was a really good episode. Cole confirmed to us that Becca was trying to get high, that she took Devani's drugs, as Cole said, and she was trying to get high. She was trying to get high, taking them out with her. So she's probably in critical. She's in the hospital for I don't know how long. But I thought the episode was really good still. Now Girls United is gone forever. But anyway, yeah, Becca burned it down because we all know it's like burned down or something because it's uninhabitable, it's unusable. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next to Foster's.